Hey, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Henry County High School. I'm Shannon Sagasser. Along with me tonight is Enoch Welch. Glad to have him here in the booth with us tonight. Usually on the basketball court, but tonight in the football booth. So who knows? You never know what's going to surprise you. You never know what's going to happen. But here we are for tonight's game, featuring your 2-0 Wildcats and coming in the 1-1 Desales Colts. Desales happens to be a really good team, Enoch. You know, we see them on the top 25 of both the state and in Class 3A. I think they're rated about number 18 in the state and somewhere around number 2 in 3A. So quite the challenge tonight. I'm going to call it a test. We're 2-0. We've had two pretty handy victories over the last couple of weeks. So hopefully tonight we can show everyone exactly what we're going to bring and what we're got. But I think, Enoch, we're going to go right now and tell me a little bit about Coach Wright's keys to the game tonight.
Well, I think, first of all, you know, he wants to establish the run. I think he wants to keep the clock running, keep the ball as long as he can, keep the Desales defense on the field and our defense off the field. I think you want to locate the ball carrier, especially number 7, James Johnson's phenomenal player. You don't want to let him get to the second level. If he gets to the second level, we could be in trouble. So you want to get off your blocks pretty quick. You want to sit down and make your tackle right where you got contact. And then lastly, you know, we want to play behind our pads. We've got Cal next week, who's sitting at number 4 in the state, and then we've got anywhere from number 1 to number 3 tonight in front of us. So we want to play behind our pads, injury-free, and get out of these last 2 weeks as healthy as we possibly can.
Hey, let's take just a pause right now from a little bit of thoughts for the game. And if, Monica, you'll take your camera that's on us and point it down there at the band there on your left, we'll listen to the national anthem. Another fine rendition by the Henry County High School Rock Band under the direction of Mr. Chip Anderson.
Absolutely.
Just always appreciate them, Enoch. You know, they do just such a fantastic job. And it looks like we got a few added individuals down there with the rock band, so that always makes it special. So we kind of right in the middle of the keys to the game. Anything else to add?
Well, I think James Johnson's the Division I running back, and like I said, we want to stop him at the point of contact, but really we want to keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible. And I think as good as Jaden Scroggins, quarterback for DeSales, is, we want him to beat us tonight. We really don't want Johnson to get loose, get a lot of rushing yards. We want to see them put the ball in the air. They haven't thrown the ball a lot this year because they really haven't been forced to. And I think if we can get into a situation where we make them throw the ball, you know, my old coach used to tell me only 3 things happen when you throw the ball and 2 of them are bad. So we want to make them throw the football.
Well, that seems like some great keys to the game, and those keys are brought to you by Mr. Welch. And we appreciate his input tonight from Coach Wright. Just going to go over a little bit of player stats for tonight. Number 2 is Jaden Scroggins, and he leads the way for the Colts under center. He is 12 for 27 passing, 1 interception this year. He's netted 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. The man that is going to drive the team tonight, the man that we need to stop, that's number 7 on his jersey. That's James Johnson. He's had 40 rushing attempts this year, 327 yards with 3 touchdowns. A couple of pretty decent receivers. That's where we want him to go tonight. We want him to throw the ball. That's James Johnson, once again. He's caught 2 passes, 72 yards, no touchdowns. And Caleb Weinbrenner, he's number 21 in his jersey. He's caught 4 passes for 80 yards. A couple of big guys going to fill up the middle tonight. Big number 18, Zane Wilkerson. He has 15 total tackles for them. And number 24, Derek Hollenkamp. He has 11 solo tackles, 15 total, and 1 defensive sack. So that's the stats for the Colts from Desales. And a few things for your Henry County Wildcats. Number 15, of course, Sam Royalty is going to be under center tonight, probably mostly in the shotgun. That's typically the way we play. 13 for 24, 156 yards, 3 touchdown passes. Of course, the man, the tank, number 7, Anthony Bates for the Wildcats, 38 rushing attempts, 290 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Of course, we got a pretty good duo in our receiving core. Number 24, Blake Cole, 7 receptions, 80 yards for a touchdown. Of course, the speed of Kevin Wicks, 2 receptions, 50 yards, 1 touchdown. Tank Bates.
Our number 7's pretty good.
Yeah, 13 solo tackles, no sacks. We also, big number 52, Nick Peed, 5 solo tackles, 2 defensive sacks. And, of course, number 53, Josh Beverly, 6 solo tackles so far on the year. Just as maybe a little bit of a note tonight, we are missing a key player, Jackson Scriber.
Absolutely. Jackson Scriber, he anchors the middle of our line for us. But another thing about Jackson is that he is an extremely cerebral player. He played freshman basketball for me, and I remember we were playing another team from our district, and Jackson used to go to school there, and I was trying to teach their offense. And Jackson took them down to the other end and taught our JV team that offense in a couple of minutes. He's so intelligent. And I think just having that comfort of that cerebral type player out there who's going to get you in the right spots and talk to you and know the little nuances that the other team has, it's going to hurt not having him out there. Luckily, he's still on the sideline for us. You see him going across the field now on crutches. We're going to miss big number 50 out there tonight.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's a special kid. He's a special student, too, so we're always going to talk about our students because we're so proud, but I know he'll do his best to be a cheerleader on the sideline for us tonight. We're clicking down to about 2.5 minutes. We're going to take a quick break. We have having a little bit of technical difficulty tonight, not too much, but we'll probably be throwing things to the scoreboard, so you'll see and have that time update here and there. But we'll be right back on the Henry County Wildcat Sports and Entertainment Network. Thank you.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, you were dying, right?
So tense. I don't want to stay. I feel a little bit more bad for the guys on Big Brother. I was like, come on, man, it ain't been that long.
So are we muted?
Yes.
And I've got you a couple of time fillers here. I got a little bit of the Fairdale connection. 2 of their assistant coaches are Fairdale guys, so's Coach Wright. And then I can tell you about their defenses and their offenses. And then how we probably should attack their defense.
Okay.
Or how Coach Wright.
So you want me to come? You want to come back?
No. You just say that during the game.
Oh, just say it. Okay.
If we need filler.
Okay. Yeah, we'll need filler.
Okay. No, I don't want to run out of stuff. All right, we're kicking off here.
Holy smokes! All right.
You want me
Can you hear us?
You want me to switch to this one?
You can't hear us.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear us.
Am I leaving this on the scoreboard?
Caleb Weinberg,
take it out.
and number 27, Lance Valentino Ryder. And on the kick for Wildcats, Michael Soto.
Radio.
All right, I think we're live, and here we go. Looks like the Wildcats and Michael Soto are going to kick off. A couple of Colts back deep, and he just kind of punt it there. And the Colts are going to take it out to the 50-yard line, and that was number 47, Atkins, on the little keeper there. All right, yeah, we're sorry if mute's not working out there. Appreciate Miss Shelby Mings checking in with us. Just having some technical difficulties tonight, and we'll do our best to keep things flowing as possible. Of course, here comes Jaden Scroggins leading the way here at quarterback. And, of course, James Johnson. So we're going to see what Mr. Johnson, Mr. Scroggins have to offer us tonight.
They're motioning Johnson out into the flat. That's a little dangerous there.
Back to pass is Scroggins. Got a man wide open. That's number 21. That's too easy. One play. Immediate touchdown by Caleb Weinbrand.
50 yards.
Well, you know, you said going in he had 80 yards, and he's almost doubled that now. He went for 50 there. So
yeah, 50 big yards and a touchdown. Looks like the Colts are going to come out and try for the extra point. That's number 11. And that is Jake Meeks, a junior. He's going to attempt the extra point. Man coming on a little late here for the Colts. Coach Welch, that was really easy. I tell you what, that was a really easy touchdown. That's not what we wanted to see. We wanted to make them throw, but they did. And here's the kick. And we have a false start on the offense there.
Yeah, I really think, you know, it was such a distraction knowing how good Johnson is that Weinbrenner just kind of snuck out on that poster out there, and he was wide open. I mean, just split our defenders, and he was gone.
You know, last week's game started with 2 automatic touchdowns, 2 run backs by each team, so hopefully the Wildcats will see what they can do. We switched it up here. And now we have number 86 for them. That's Givens kicking, and that's up. And that's good. So they switched it off there, but after just 12 seconds of play, Colts 7, Wildcats 0. And, you know, that's not the way we want to start the game, but we'll see what the Wildcats have.
Well, you know, that's the first points that Zach Ming's defense gets.
Up. That's Zach Lott. So we'll see what Zach's got. About to kick it off. First quarter, Wildcats down 7-0. Here we go. Pretty nice kick to Kevin Wicks. He takes it at about 3.
That's going to be Blake Cole.
Excuse me, Blake Cole. And gang tackle there at about the 21-yard line.
Blake Cole on the return.
You know, as far as this defense goes for Desales, they are not extremely big. They're going to play 11 skill players out there, sometimes 10. They've got big number 74 they roll out there some, but these guys just fly to the ball. They play a 4-2-5, which basically they're playing 5 defensive backs, and, you know, they just a lot of times go cover 0, play you man-to-man on the outside, and everybody else, the other 7, just go get the football. I really think that Sam Royalty could have some luck tonight on some of his QB runs.
Here we go, Royalty in the shotgun. Looks like maybe they had a little bit of movement.
A hard count there by Sam, got him to jump off sides.
I like free 5s. How about you?
Absolutely.
I like high 5s too, but free yardage on the field. So it's going to bring up 2nd and 5 from the 26.
Well, I like $5 footlongs, as you can tell by my physique. So.
You and that Sutley guy that was here last week. I don't know. He goes into the Subway in Eminence, and they're wonderful people, and they greet him, "Hello, Mr. Barney," every time, and so maybe a little bit too much. But Royalty back under center here. Bates to his right. That's who we're going to. And there's nowhere to go. He stood up, led by number 24 there. That's Derek Hollenkamp.
Stop by number 24, Hollenkamp.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to hit them in the mouth, Enoch. You know, that was an immediate play. They hit us straight in the mouth. I mean, as if they were in the huddle with us. So that loses what?
Maybe a yard.
Maybe a yard there.
The good news is it was 1st and 5.
Yeah. So 2nd down here, called 5 yards. Royalty in the shotgun again, and he's going to hand off to Tank Bates, and once again Tank is hit immediately, but he's going to struggle his way for maybe a couple of yards there.
Brought down by number 24, Hollenkamp. And
it looks like Hollenkamp is back on the tackle again. And, you know, we've got to get something going here.
And that'll bring up third and 4.
Third down, I don't think we want to hand it right back to them. Third down, we'll call it 4.
Yeah, I'd expect a little misdirection here. You know, they're being extremely aggressive and coming to the ball every time. So we're going 3 wide on the far side over there.
And we had movement on the outside, but I don't know if that was
There's a little screenplay to Kevin.
Wicks, nice catch. Looks like we're going to be maybe a yard short.
Royalty pass complete to Wicks.
Oh, no, actually.
Brought down by number 27, Wider.
A little bit cross-eyed right now. We actually lost a yard.
Yeah, it was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. So that's going to bring up fourth down and about 4. Michael Soto is going to be back to punt and pretty shallow. That looks like number 27 for the Colts. Maybe Lance Wider. There's the kick.
Good handle.
Yeah. Oh,
okay,
we've got to have a penalty there on the play. Is one of our players, number 81 there. That's Sawyer Mays got a little bit happy on the play and interfered with the gentleman trying to catch the ball there. So,
well, Sawyer had a huge hit last week on a Atherton receiver, and I'm telling you, that kid will hit you. Now that time he was way early, and that's going to be the personal foul. But, you got to like the aggressiveness. I don't think there's anything dirty about that. He just didn't realize the ball wasn't there yet. He saw the receiver moving up, kind of went for the tackle.
Yeah. So here we go. We're going to mark off a big 15. Way down now back into Wildcat territory. Looks like we're going to start at the 35-yard line there of the Cats for the Colts. And here comes Scroggins and crew back out. And I'm kind of excited a little bit to see Johnson run the ball. He's such a great story, and we'll probably talk a little bit about that. But
you'll see it here. They're in the pistol set, so here he comes.
There's the handoff to Johnson, and he has a hole that's big enough to run a Mack truck through. It looks like Tank Bates is in on the tackle, and he's going to pick up about 15.
Number 7, Johnson.
So they really like to run this pistol set, and sometimes they'll run a wing, the old school wing tee and a buck sweep. But in the pistol, they're going to run right behind that fullback. The fullback's going to take you to the play all night long. It's really Barney basic, but there's no secret about what they do. They're good at it. So if you follow that fullback, you'll probably find the ball.
Here goes Scroggins again. And hands it off to Johnson up the middle. And he's dancing around and just throwing off tacklers. And he may run right in for a touchdown. And he does.
Touchdown Desales.
We were there at the point of contact. He's just so strong. Just kind of slapped our hands off him and just kept going.
Yeah, I tell you what, I watched a little bit of video on this young man just because he is a great story, and you know, he's not one of our students, but I'm proud of him for all that he's accomplished. But you cannot arm tackle this guy. I mean, he's just gonna throw you off. You know, you're not gonna have a chance. So Givens is in for the extra point for the Colts. Waiting for the snap. There it is, and that's good. So with 9:05 to go in the first quarter, 14-0 Colts. They've just come out, Enoch, and smacked us in the mouth. But, you know, folks, if you haven't had a chance to see the special, Enoch, maybe just talk a little bit about the special that's on James Johnson for the Colts.
Well, the Courier-Journal did a story, and the title of it was From Foster Care to Football Star, and it's just a tremendous story about the things that the young man's overcome. He's an incredible athlete. A lot of schools contacted him. Syracuse, University of Kentucky, they've all contacted him. And, you know, I'm rooting for the Wildcats tonight, but it's really hard to root against that young man. He's just a phenomenal story and a total story of perseverance.
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, we'll always root for the Wildcats, but, you know, we're educators. And I think one thing as an educator is, you know, I want us to win. I'm a competitive guy, but I just love to see young people successful and, you know, to overcome difficult things. And, you know, I've got to think Desales is really proud of him, and I just wish him nothing but the best. And I got to think he's going to be running the ball for somebody in D1. So here's the kick.
We'll be able to root for him later. I'm sure he's going to be playing big time somewhere. So that was a nice kick.
That was a nice kick right over Tank's head. I don't think that they were expecting that. Looks like they've got all the tools, Enoch. You know, they got a kicking game, they got a running game, they got defense, they fly the ball, all the things you were talking about. Looks like they have the whole package.
They do. You know, they're number 2 in the state for a reason. Actually, Bluegrass Press Ball has a number 1 because Belfry lost last week. They're a really good team. They're a deep team. A little connection here between Henry County's coaching staff and their coaching staff. Coach Wright, our coach, played at Fairdale, and several of the coaches on that staff are from Fairdale. We'll talk more about that after this play.
So here we go. Royalties. Once again, the shotgun Bates to his right. Got a man in motion. That's Cole. Man, that's a bad snap, but I think we might have had a little motion up front.
Yeah, we moved earlier there.
And I tell you who was in the backfield. Enoch, number 7 for them, immediately came flying through. Of course, James Johnson.
Absolutely. Well, they have Ty Scroggins, who's a former Central coach, won a lot of state championships as Central's coach. He's a Fairdale graduate. And Renardo Foster, a former NFL player, is their offensive line coach, and he coached offensive line for Fairdale when Coach Matt Wright played for Fairdale. So these guys know each other well, great friends off the field, but I'm sure they want to beat each other tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we've played some of those Central teams in the past, and
Pretty good.
they pretty much got the best of us a lot of times. So here we go. Rose takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Going to air it out, and that's lucky one picked off, but that looks complete to Kevin Wicks, and that's going to be a nice gain. It's going to be about a 14-yard gain, maybe 13, 14 yards.
Great look. Kind of got Kevin out on the edge, put the cornerback on an island, and Kevin got some positive yards there. A little hot sauce by Kevin Wicks.
Yeah, I like him. You know, we talked a lot last week about Kevin, and I know he's your point guard in basketball. And what I love about him is he's going to run over you. He will literally run through a wall, and that's what I like about this kid.
He's absolutely fearless. He's not scared of anything.
Here we go again. Sam is in the shotgun. Tank is to his left. 2nd down and 2.
This is where I thought we could have some success because they are so aggressive getting to Tank that Sam's able to run the ball there. Quarterback's need.
And that brings a first down, Wildcats. So chain gang's going to move them on up. 7:55 in the first quarter. So maybe that's a little bit of what I like to call the momentum, and maybe we'll get things going.
Absolutely. So we're going 3 wide here on the outside again with Hardy, Mays, and Wicks. I think this will set up the inside zone play for Tank. Ooh, nice hard count again.
Yeah, big number 74 for them. You can see that's Michael Powell. He didn't like that he jumped, so we like it. 3-5 for us, so we're going to bring up first and 5. Beautiful night. Love being out here for a Saturday night football, and I'll tell you the story why we're playing on Saturday in just a second after this play, but we got Sam in the shotgun again, trips to his right, one receiver left, Tank by his side, and that is absolutely telegraphed, picked off, number 44, that's Chase O'Neal.
Well, I think what we're trying to do there, we're trying to take advantage of their aggressiveness by doing a little swing pass to the outside because they're getting upfield. Unfortunately, 44 was so far upfield, we actually threw the ball right to him. It's just a really athletic play by him to get that far upfield. I mean, he was unabated.
Yeah, I tell you one thing, and once again, number 86 for them, that's Logan Givens in for the extra point. But when you don't see speed like this, and you don't see the athleticism, and I'm not downing the teams that we have watched so far, but they've definitely got speed. So with 7:11 to go in the first quarter, Wildcats are down to the Coats 21-0. So why are we playing on a Saturday night? COVID-19. COVID-19, unfortunately, has kind of lessened the amount of officials that we have available for our district game tonight, and so we bumped it for Desales to 5 o'clock. That worked for them with the happenings in their city. So this will get them home a little earlier, and we were happy to get the game in. And I tell you what, Dean, you want to talk about really good district opponents.
We've got them because we have number 1 in the state, number 2 in some polls, Desales here, but number 4 is Cal, and another district opponent, Mercer County, beat Cal in overtime last night, 31-28. So our district is absolutely loaded. You know, we used to be in a district with Louisville Central. We won multiple state championships. Now we're in with Cal and Desales, who won state championships, as has Mercer County. So it's out of the frying pan into the fire for us.
So here comes the kick by Locke. The lefty boots one down and flies over into the end zone, and going to be a touchback.
Absolutely, and that's such a weapon in high school football because you cannot bring the ball out of the end zone in high school football. It's an automatic touchback, and so we're stuck on the 20 each time he does that to us. So we got to go 80 yards. So that's quite the weapon to have.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it makes the difference because once you move up in the playoffs, like we fully expect Desales to do, and you know they might play that team from Pond Creek Nation down there, the Belfry, the Pirates, and someday. And I know they've got the whole total package of everything. So you got to have it all. You can't be missing any parts. So Royalty takes the snap, shovel pass there. That was to number 2 there, Trenton Hardy.
Coach Wright's worked on that this week. He talked about trying to punish Desales for their aggression and getting upfield and sneaking that shovel pass in, and he did. We weren't able to break the tackle there, only got a yard, but I still think it gives them something to think about. You know, the more things you can give them to think about to keep them from getting upfield, the better.
Yeah, you know, I mean, at this point, it's mix it up, and you know, we need to have a little bit of a march down the field here, but we've got a second and really long. We'll call it 9 yards as Wildcats break the huddle. And
so we're back in the pistol with Big Ty Whalen in at fullback here.
And there's the snap to Sam. He's looking to pass, and there's really
a lot of pressure.
Nobody there for him. As closest man to him looked to be Kevin Wicks. So going to bring up a 3rd and long. 6:17 to go in the first quarter.
You know, you brought up COVID-19. I just want to give a quick shout out to Stuart Dill and the athletic department for how well they've handled this. I mean, we've played volleyball, we've played boys and girls soccer. This is our 3rd football game, and it's went off without a hitch. And just a big shout out to him for just keeping his poise and having a plan and putting that plan forward, and everybody sticking to it.
Absolutely. Royalty's back in the shotgun. Tank's beside him to his left. We're looking to pass again, and that's a completion to Hardy, and we're close to the first down.
I think he's got it.
Yeah. Let's maybe move the chains. I tell you what, Enoch, you know, over the past few weeks, every time I look up and I see AD Dill coming around my office, and he's sweating. And I mean, he's a good sweater, but he's sweating for a reason because, you know, tonight I'm looking out and we've got freshly painted goalposts.
Absolutely. He was up this week working on that, and he doesn't stop working. That kid's here from you know, 7:30 a.m. until 9 or 10 at night.
The little things. He's got a little guy at home. So can't wait to see what happens with Cooper Dill when he grows up. I'm sure Mommy and Daddy have him throwing a baseball. We've got a quarterback keeper there by Royalty. That's kind of what you were talking about, Enoch. You know, you really thought Sam had a little bit of room to run, and he picks up about 7 on that one.
Absolutely. Whenever the defensive ends lose contain, they just go upfield. They don't have it outside contain. If quarterback steps up just a little bit, there's going to be some running lanes there, and Sam did a great job of seeing that and picked up 6 or 7 yards right there.
So here we go, 2nd and 3. And Royalty once again is in the shotgun. Bates to his right, man in motion. That's Hardy trying to pick it up, and nowhere to go with that as he's smacked down. And love to see the athleticism of the Colts, but what I really loved on that play, I know Sam got hit, but he reached right down and helped the other guy up. So
you're not going to find a better sport out there than Sam Loyalty. He's just such a good-hearted kid. He on games when one of our seniors wasn't there this year, he led our team prayers after the games. He's just a great kid, and he's turned into a great leader out on the football field. I know this is his first year as a starter, but the rest of the team really looks to him.
So here we go. He's in the shotgun again. Bates to his right. Already in motion, hands it off to Tank Bates. Got a little bit of room maybe to the outside, but it's kind of stood up there and maybe for a loss. Yeah, I mean, Tank's just, if he can just get a little bit of daylight, you know, we can see some movement.
Right, and I think the last couple of weeks he's had the ability to bounce outside. You know, he gets 4 or 5 yards and bounces outside and he gets more down the sideline. It's just going to be difficult against a team this good. Once you get that initial 3 or 4 yards, you just have to lower your head and try to get 3 or 4 more. You can't go for the big shot every time.
Soto set to kick, and Whiter is back for the Colts to receive. And here we go. Michael's kick. Right to Whiter, he catches it and runs it forward to about the 37-yard line. Brought down by Nolan Mays. Love that kid.
Plays hard. Both he and Sawyer play so hard.
Yeah, Nolan's just their parents have to be proud. I tell you what, their older brother, these 2 young guys, I mean, they're great kids. Just some special kids out here for us. We're just proud. So forgive us for gushing a little bit. Because we all
are ours more proud of.
That's exactly. So here comes Scroggins and crew back out. And it looks like we got behind him Johnson. There's a snap, and he's running freely, and he's gone. I'm not sure what to say there, Enoch. That's tough.
Well, I can tell you up front the blocking was good, and then once it was second level, it's all him.
Yeah.
You got to give their offensive line credit. They really did keep working downhill, stay on their blocks, keep pushing, and then, I mean, you don't have to block for long with a guy like that.
Yeah, I tell you, I mean, it was just like, boom. He took about 3 or 4 steps, and, you know, he just saw the glory land right in front of him. So, once again, we've got Givens waiting for the snap here, and he's going to kick, and once again, it's good.
And just keep the chains moving. I don't think you want to abandon that with the success we've had earlier in the year with that. You just want to keep feeding Tank and then try to get our quick guys the ball on the outside. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a jet sweep here to Wicks at some point. Right now we're going to be back in the pistol, so we're setting up for Anthony Bates and his inside zone.
Tank doesn't really have much room
Take the ball
to go. Brought down. We can
First
get this
10 Wildcats are on 35.
fixed. You'll be able to hear Sonata, but we're going to try to get some technical things fixed. Maybe they're fixed. I got you. So 36 is the running clock. So Looks like with 1:04 to go in the first quarter, once again Wildcats down 36-41-7.
And back even the Wildcats.
There's your
14 weeks.
sports around the area. I may not let you go on that greatness thing. I may bring that back up.
Bring it up in basketball.
Bring
it up in basketball.
I'll bring it up in basketball. Okay.
So hopefully we can get another return out of Blake here like we did last time. Unfortunately, this guy's put it in the end zone a couple times. Just did their job. That's more of a coverage sack. Sam had some time there, and nobody was open. You know, he just had to eat that one. It was either eat it or throw it away, and 74 didn't give him a lot of time to make that decision.
Now he was immediately in and ready to go on Sam. So hopefully we'll see some movement here.
Well, you know, earlier we were giving shout-outs to Coach Dill and the athletic department. I would also like to just commend the fans. You know, I kind of worked down on the track last week with crowd control, and the fans were just so gracious about keeping the mask on, wearing the mask the right way. They want to see these kids get to play just as much as everyone else. And I'm just really proud of how everyone has kind of sucked it up and you know, followed the rules just because we want to see our kids get to play football. I'm just really proud of just what a community effort that's been.
Yeah, I know a lot of people aren't really liking it because I don't like it. You don't like it. We don't like it, but we do it for others. And you know, and like you said, if we don't do it, if we don't abide by it, then we can't play.
Absolutely. Get out and play this game. And although I know the scoreboard doesn't look the way we want it to look right now, that's not indicative of the effort that's been given not only by the fans, the cheerleaders, but our team this year. You know, we've had a phenomenal season so far. So, you know, we just have to rally and try to get better every down from here forward.
So we just saw the end of the first quarter come. Just appreciate all the help tonight, by the way. Just want to send a shout out to Cam the intern. He's getting his feet wet here with making sure everything works. Like I said, this is definitely a work in progress for us. We're just trying to be able to bring you all a broadcast, be able to you know, have such a limited fan attendance as we were talking about, that you know, we're capable of doing this is fantastic. But shout out to JTB, John Tanner Blevins. Got to go to a wedding tonight. I think a friend got married, so that's always a awesome occasion. So that's where he is. And big thanks to my wife Monica for joining us tonight and helping us out here with running the camera. And we've got a couple of different shots that we can use. So appreciate everybody. Big shout out to the B-Dog, Barney Sutley, out there in Soccerland. I'm not sure if he came up with a jersey that was half and half, heels on one side, Henry on the other, but the Sutley boys were playing in soccer tonight as Henry County traveled over to the Wolverines.
And we've got, you know, we've got Wade Sutley playing for Western Hills, but we got the younger Sutley, Lance, and he's playing for Henry County, so it's a uncivil war there. We had a nice fly route there to Blake Cole. Just missed him by just a step there. But I will say this, I think that's going to take a lot of pressure off back there, the fact that they realize that we will take a shot.
Yeah, that looked really good, Enoch. I tell you what, just maybe, a half a step or two, and then, you know, Sam put it where he needed to, just a little out of his reach.
Right, and this is the time to work on those things. You know, the scoreboard is what it is, and you get out here and you just keep playing and you try to get some cohesiveness and get these guys on the same page, and you'll get better.
So here we go. We got 3rd and 18, and Sam takes a snap. He's looking to throw, and Cole is wide open, and he makes the catch, and he's down and up to the 46-yard line of the Wildcats. Well, we've got another first down, Cats.
Blake, excellent job staying with that ball. Knew he was going to take the hit. He ran under it. Had to wait just a little bit. Sam is really nice touch. You know, he'd be a good basketball player.
You think?
Sam, just joking. He is a good basketball player, and he is nice touch from the outside in our sport as well.
Yeah, I tell you what, I love football, love it all, love watching our Cats play basketball, love to see Sam battling down on the inside there with Trevor Harden and others. So looking forward to that season too. Sam takes the snap, and that pass is completed for another first down there to Nolan Mays. And Nolan just looked back and like, the ball's here. So he caught it.
Absolutely. That was right between the numbers. Excellent look there by Sam. And Sawyer did a great job hanging on the ball.
And that 11-yard.
It's drives like this where you start to find out that you're more than one-dimensional, that you can do some other things. So this will be really good for us. Having to play a way that we haven't played all season. We haven't played from behind. We haven't had to put the ball in the air. We ran the ball to tank. So now we're looking at the other side of the page, and it looks like we're pretty good at throwing the ball as well.
So a little confusion there. Looks like Blake's going to come out to two receivers to the right, left, one to his right, and Sam takes the snap again, and he's looking to pass, and he completes it to Trenton Hardy. That's behind the line of scrimmage, but Trenton's fighting in a whole slew of Colts to bring him down for about a 1 or 2 yard loss there. So that's going to bring up second down and 12.
That could have been a bigger loss, but Trenton Hardy, this kid's done me quit. He's another one that I have in basketball as well, and he's just not going to stop chugging those legs and trying to get some extra yards. Great job of hanging on. So,
go ahead.
In the past 2 weeks, I think he would have broken that tackle and probably gotten some positive yards, but our opponent is really good tonight.
Well, I tell you what, one of the things that you're noticing us saying is it's like a group, a whole bunch of Colts. It's flying to the football. It's not just one guy making the tackle. Everybody's going to the ball. Sam's looking to pass, and he flips it out, and that's almost intercepted. Nice defensive play there by number 4, Brett Waters. He's a junior for the Colts.
Well, we went to the well over there a few times, and I think Waters had enough of that, so he kind of stayed home. We weren't able to run him off. Typically, he's ran off with that outside receiver, and we've had that inside guy a couple of times.
So we got a 3rd down and 12 from the Colts' 45-yard line. As maybe the Cats can pick up a few here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them go for it at this stage of the game.
Now, really have nothing to lose, especially at this spot in the field. It's not going to be terrible field position anyway, and you'll be kicking the ball to a serious athlete.
So here we go, fake handoff. Sam's airing it out. Wicks out on the side. He actually pushed off, but and they're going to call that incomplete.
Pass intended for Wicks, incomplete.
There's another kid that should play basketball. He did a great job of getting his hands up. He got a hand on that when it looked like he didn't have a chance, and he does play basketball.
Does he play basketball?
He does.
Okay. Yeah, I like watching him play basketball. He's fiery, man. I tell you what, that may be a good way to put it. He is definitely fiery. So that is going to bring up 4th and 12, 11 to go here in the first half. 36-0 Cats trail.
They're not flipping screen from me to you.
Okay. I always watch
Royalty in the shotgun. Bates to his right. Hardy in motion. Back to pass. Royalty looks, flings it out to Cole, and that's going to be a first down.
Royalty's pass complete to Cole.
I tell you what, Blake's a good receiver. I mean, he runs really good routes, gets where he needs to be, and makes some excellent catches.
Well, Blake's a really intelligent young man, and he knows where the sticks are. And he got there. He made sure he had gotten far enough to be in first down territory. He didn't cut his route short. He ran a good route. Sam hit him right on the spot. Excellent job of getting a first down.
So, first down, Wildcats. And Royalty in the shotgun again. He's going to run it himself and going to be drugged down and dropped.
Royalty on the keeper.
They lost there, and that looks like number 18, and that is Zane Wilkerson. He's the
second down.
Right, I think that was a little run-pass option there, and they were just in the backfield so quick that we couldn't really go with either. I think Sam had the option to let that fly or keep it, and then there were 3 white jerseys standing there. So I think he did the right thing by tucking it and just taking a loss as opposed to throwing a pick.
So 2nd and 13 for the Wildcats. Love to see him get on the board here. Sam in the shotgun. Moves a little bit to his left, come back to the right. And that was a really good play, but just a little too high there for Kevin Wicks.
Yeah, we went with a little tunnel screen action there. We had Wicks on the outside edge, kind of ran him inside for a little pick play there, and it was just a little bit too high. I mean, that was wide open, because if he had that, I think we'd have got a lot of positive yards. And it's just good to see that that's there, and that's why we work on these things.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 13. Looking over in the field to my left behind the scoreboard, looks like Miss Davy and maybe her kids and some others. I'm not sure who's over there with her, but I believe maybe some of our teachers over there.
I believe that might be a Jim Hook sighting.
And that's a pick by Sam. That just was telegraphed right there across the middle, and that was number 4, I do believe.
Pass is intercepted
That's
by
Brett Waters.
Waters.
Called the guy's name.
Tackled by Royalty.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Between 4 and 44, we're having trouble with the picks here.
So the Colts are going to take over down in Wildcat territory. Clock is running. 4:21 to go in the first half. Sam doesn't look happy, but Sam, that's tough. I mean, that's you've got to go for it at this point. You've got to take some risks, and he did. And sometimes it just doesn't go your way. So keep your head up, kid. So Scroggins is still in. He's looking to pass, and he does so, and that is complete for a pretty decent gain of about 14 yards there.
Pass is complete to
Fennell, the
Lyle.
nice
Tackled
field
by
tackle.
number 12, Colin Fennell.
There we go. Always like hearing his name. His dad's right
And
over
that is
beside
a
me.
first down
The
to
wall
Sam.
wasn't here. I could
First and
probably
10 from the
touch him, but
Wildcats,
he's over there on our
32.
PA tonight. Always appreciate him.
Absolutely.
Tell you what.
Another basketball kid there.
Is he a basketball kid?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So here we go, first down and 10 from the Wildcat 32 is Scroggins is under center.
Double wing here, I would look for the buck sweep.
And
we kept it.
Keeper. And around the left side, and he's going, and he's going to be making his way back in. He put the ball on the ground. It looks like the Wildcats may have recovered it. And they're pointing our way, and we did recover it. That looks like Kevin Wicks.
By the Wildcats. Number 17,
Adrian. I'm
Not
sorry.
Adrian.
Sebastian.
Sebastian Lamones. Sebastian.
Well, we got Lewis, we got Adrian, and now we got Sebastian, and those three brothers have done an excellent job for our football team for a long
It'll be
time.
first and 10 Wildcats.
And, we're not going to have one of the brothers here next year. We've had all three of them for 1 year there, and then last year Adrian graduated. So nice job there by one of our seniors, Sebastian Lamones.
Love that kid. We talked about him a lot last week. Enoch, he's I just love to see him in the hallways. He's a happy kid. He's funny. So just great to see him come up with that.
Well, and he kind of has, just a personality that's he just brings everybody up. He's always up. He's always happy. He's always laughing. So he's just one of those kids who. He brightens your day when he comes in the classroom, and it seems to brighten everybody's. So, and then just to see him out there playing as hard as he's playing, down 36-0, and still, diving on loose balls. So,
yeah,
just a great job.
Awesome. Scroggins tried to do a little bit too much there. He was wanting to see the end zone a little bit too much, and that cost them.
Well, he didn't double skin that football. He kind of held it out like a loaf of bread, as the old coaches used to say, and he put it on the ground. You got to cover that thing up.
So we got a timeout with 1:23 to go in the first.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Richie Robbins sighting.
We have a Richie Robbins sighting, and that's Mr. Reppin with Robbins down there. He's looking good. He's. I don't see him dropping down to give us any push-ups though.
If you ask him to, I'm sure he would. As a matter of fact, I know he would. So that guy can do more push-ups than anybody I know. So it's great to have him out here tonight, working hard, helping out Coach Dill with crowd control, and he's wearing that mask just like he should.
He's definitely wearing the mask. So I think the running clock. I think Coach Welch has a couple timeouts. That's the only way we get to stop the clock, I do believe, unless it's an injury. So we'll see what we can do. Got the cowbell going tonight, too. So heard that being called for. So 1st and 5 from the Wildcats on the 11-yard line. And Sam is in the shotgun again. And we're gonna do a little bit of fumble-rooski there. Looks like
Recovered by the Wildcats.
yeah, we got it back. Yeah.
Well, we got a minute to go, and I believe we're at 3rd and 5 here, so or 2nd and 5. I don't think the board's right on that.
Yeah, I think we lost a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, 2nd and about 12. There we go.
Maybe we might want to let this clock run and get to the locker room. We'll see. Maybe he'll take a shot here.
So 39 seconds to go. Royalty's in the shotgun, Bates to his right. And he's going to hand the ball off to Tank, and Tank's going to try to bounce it out to the outside. And he's going to be drugged.
Oh, boy, he didn't quit, does he?
No, he does not.
Take the ball carrier.
I think there's a reason why we're calling a lot of names for the Colts, because some of our guys just really, truly do not want to be taken down. They refuse.
Well, you know, our guys are 2-0 for a reason. You know, they did their work in the preseason. You know, in basketball, you know, I always share a quote with my players. You know, Abraham Lincoln once said, "If I had 6 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 4 sharpening my axe." And our guys have. They did the work in the preseason. They hit the weight room. You can tell the difference in our team this year, just how hard that they worked. I know they're really disappointed with tonight, but you know they've got nothing to be ashamed of. They came in here with 2 really good wins, and we'll learn from this. We're already getting better in the 2nd quarter, so I just look forward to watching this team grow throughout the season, and I'm really happy they're getting the season.
Yeah, I tell you what, having a season really, really is important. I think for a lot of reasons, you know, obviously kids having to play, but just having this excitement. So it is halftime. We are down 36-0, and we're going to try to take a break here, and hopefully we'll get the mics muted this time out there. But halftime, Cats down 36-0. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
We're good, Mike. Nothing else?
Yeah, I don't know that they can hear us or not.
They can definitely hear you guys.
No, I mean now.
Oh.
Because I tried to mute it.
I earlier muted this.
36-0. We'll be right back in just a few minutes.
You're down to 18% fire.
Good on them.
about a nice round of applause for our entertainment, the Henry County Rock Band.
Live with everybody. Coming back here live, waiting for the teams to come back on the field. Mike Soto's been out practicing a little bit, kicking a few practice field goals, but we got a little bit of unhappiness here with everything that's going on. So we're going to just see what's going on. Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. Test 1. Nothing's coming through. Okay, we're going to test again here. Test 1, 2. Don't think we have sound because we got my sound on the amp.
Stay back. Carter. Stay back.
And we're going to do an official 211 check. 211 check. Yeah, I think we have sound again. It sounded a little bit rough out there, but we apologize for that. Not sure that our outside feed is a little louder than it needs to be, so we'll try to work on that with you. And we're back, and we got a 1:17 to go here in the half. Both teams are finally back on the field. It is a 36-0 lead for the Colts from Desales. And we're just happy to be with you here tonight. Once again, we got Coach Enoch Welch in the booth with me. Really happy to have him alongside. Who knows? We may be having you slide in and out of the booth here and there. And man of many talents.
Well, Barney seems to bring a little bit more luck than I do, so maybe we should bring him back. And you know, and it's a lot easier to make fun of him. You know, I have much more hair. Granted, it's facial hair, but I have more hair.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to comment on that as
as you have these golden locks.
Yeah, well,
they're not golden, but he's got a full head of hair.
Everybody has to have one good attribute, and I think maybe the hair, maybe it. I'm not sure.
We want to give a shout out to Monica Sagasser, the wife of Shannon Sagasser. She's in the booth running the camera and studying for a test. You know, just teacher's work's never done. And also it embarrasses her when we talk about her on camera, so we're going with that.
So yeah, I mean she's out sitting on the ground out there practicing. I don't know what she's trying to tell me, but she's trying to send me hand signals over here. So just hopefully nothing's gonna be thrown my way, which is what I'm always worried about.
Well, she's studying for that ELA exam, you know, which I'm sure you're happy about because that's going to bring more money in for you, and that's more golf, right?
Did you say more golf?
That's what I said.
I don't know how that's possible.
Yeah, I'm not sure she's in agreement with this.
Yeah, that's more golf.
More couples golf.
More couple. Yeah, so I'm not sure if we're on the right camera there, but we'll get that taken care of and hopefully get the game back out for you. But it looks like the Wildcats are
Set to return the kick here.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully get a few scores on the
third
night.
For the Wildcats, 14, Kevin Wicks, and 24, Blake Cole. Number 7,
So we
Tank
got
Bates.
a trio of
And on to kick
Wildcats back.
for Desales, number 88,
Bates and Wicks.
block.
Their main man that has a great leg, the lefty number 88, Zach Locke.
And I apologize, number 86, Logan Gibbons.
For them, and I made the same mistake as the PA because they have switched over that to Logan Gibbons. He's a sophomore, so giving Logan a shot. He's a righty. So here we go.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some younger guys from Desales this half, which, you know, rightfully so. But you're going to have to get used to calling some new names.
So we'll do our best to keep up. And here's the kick, and it's definitely not as deep. And Hardy's going to take it at the 20-yard line where he's going to set the return. And he gets maybe about 8 to 9 yards on
Trent Hardy, the return.
About the 31-yard line.
Tackled by Wilkerson.
We'll start the second half. So it's good to be with you once again, everybody. It's a beautiful night here. It's cloudy, but it's sun's kind of peeking through the clouds and it makes it beautiful. If you have never been up here to Henry County High School, I tell you what, we have one of the most beautiful settings around us. We are surrounded by beautiful farms, but I think that just adds to the wonder of our campus and kind of the excitement of what we get to offer. So Bates takes the handoff, and he's digging his way forward for maybe a couple yards there on the game.
Well, I'll tell you, on that play, it was an excellent block by Nick Pede. I know he usually doesn't play the offensive line. He's stepping in there for Schreiber, but he, honestly,
2 yards, bring up second and 8.
And Nick stood him up, moved him a little bit, gave Tank a chance to get some positive yards there.
It's a second down and 8 from the Wildcats on the 33-yard line. Takes the snap and hands it off to Bates. Trying to make his way around the left side, bounces off a tackler, and he's stood up.
Tank the ball carrier.
Number 11.
Tackled by Hollenkamp.
Meeks. He's a junior for the Colts. Bringing up third down. Third and we'll call it 6.
Bring up third and 6.
Sam gets to play in. We'll be surprised to see him air this out, potentially. So we have official.
A Google search has told us that a group of Colts is called a rag.
A rag for Colts. And Sam does air it out, and Blake Cole makes the catch, and he's going to be thrown.
Royalty pass complete. The 24, Blake Cole. Tackled by number 8, Usher.
Sam's made some really good throws when he has time. So
one
Colts, but a rag. I don't know if it'll be a rag of Colts.
I have no idea. Now, a group of horses was heard, but a group of Colts apparently is a rag. So, you know, and Google's never wrong. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know about
That's
that.
not something an educator would ever
Looking,
say.
and that's going to be intercepted as the defensive back became the receiver there, and that looks like number 26. And that is Libers.
Well, we kind of went for Blake on the other side that time, and he did go up to get the ball, but excellent position by the defensive back, and then it just became a jump ball situation. And using basketball terms, he did a great job of blocking out.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Colts will take over first and 10 from their own 15.
Turnover for the Cats. 8:42 to go in the third quarter. Let's see if the Cats can do a little magic here on defense. Looks like Scroggins is still in the game, and so is Johnson. Are we going to get them a little more playing time? We'll see how this goes, and the handoff is to Johnson around the left side, and he's going to be tackled and stood up there by Kevin Wicks. Nice.
7 Johnson, a ball carrier, tackled by the 14, Kevin Wicks.
Because that guy sure isn't easy to bring down.
Not at all.
That'd be 2nd and 4.
Colts. Breaking up and see what comes out. Looks like receivers, trips. Oh, we've got some movement over. They want to come to the other side. I've got trips right. One receiver to the left, Johnson, quarterback's right side. Looks like we're going to air it out.
A little pressure there.
Scroggins is going to be drugged down.
Bert Ramirez.
Quarterback sack by number 73, Albert Ramirez.
Great.
Excellent job.
So that's going to bring up a loss. And we're going to have 3rd down and 11 for the Colts.
And ball for a 3rd and 12.
Hopefully we can get a stop. That will go a long way for some confidence, so momentum as we count down here in the 3rd quarter. There's the snap and quick handoff, and that young man is going to be drugged down.
Tank Bates just did not let go.
Looks like David Griffith, junior for the Colts in the field.
Griffith, the ball carrier, stopped in the backfield by number 7, Tank Bates, and number 73, Albert Ramirez.
Punt coming out. For the first time, I do believe, tonight for the Colts, and back deep for us is Blake Cole.
That'll bring up 4th down.
Alden Camp set to kick. They got several skilled players. You know, we've got lots of guys that look pretty good on special teams.
You know, as a whole, they don't have a lot of linemen. I mean, you look at their sideline, you know, I hate to pigeonhole players, but there's a lot of guys with abs over there.
So, here we go. Not a very good kick, but definitely a Colts
good roll
bounce, and that's going to come dead at about the 47-yard line of the Wildcats, where Sam and crew will come out and try to march down for a touchdown.
So with that punt, the Wildcats will start 1st and 10 from our own 48.
You know, classy move by Desales. Johnson hadn't had any touches this half, and, you know, I mean, a lot of coaches would just feed their horse and just try to get him a lot of yards, and you know, it really seems like they're working on their other guys and their development, and they know they got the running clock, and so it's just a pretty classy move there.
Absolutely. That goes a long way, because you never know what side may flip in the future. So there's a quick handoff to Hardy. He's trying to make his way around the right side, and he's including tackle for a big loss.
Hardy, the ball carrier.
I'll tell you what, the closing speed of Desales was impressive, because that was open for just a brief second, and you know, I got excited, and then here they were.
I tell you what, you know, he just didn't have a chance. He didn't have a chance to even make a move upfield. So we're going to bring up 2nd down and 14 for Wildcat 44. We're ticking down. 4:34 to go here in the 3rd quarter. And we'll see if we can make some positive yardage on this play. Takes the snap, hands it off to Bates up the middle. Nice gain, biggest gain of the night for Tank.
Tank up the middle.
Nice run.
Tackle by number 3,
You know, it was
McClinton.
an excellent run. He stayed in his lanes. He didn't try to bounce that out. And, you know, give the offensive line credit. You know, that was a big enough hole to drive a tank through. Thank you, folks. I'll be here all week.
A Tank Bates.
Tank Bates.
Here we go. So we're going to bring up 3rd, and we're going to call it 7.
They'll be on 3rd and 7.
Here's the Wildcat attack. Sam is in the shotgun. Tank is to his left. Fake, and Sam's going to run it up the middle. A big gainer there for the Wildcats, pushing right ahead and down. Up into
Royalty on the keeper.
You know, and that's that
By
counter,
number
quarterback
26,
counter.
Leibert.
You know, they just got a taste of baits, and everybody bit, and Sam pulled it.
And
it
that
took
gain
off.
is good.
And I thought
for
we could have some
another
success with
Henry
that.
County
Unfortunately, we got behind on the
touchdown.
scoreboard, but I think going forward, when teams key on Tank, that's a nice little option to have. Sam is a big guy, but he's not
That'll
slow
be
by
1st and
any means.
10 from the Colts, 36.
So here we go. Sam is in shotgun. Tank to his right. Sam's looking to pass.
Kevin Wicks on a comeback route.
There we go.
Royalty's pass is complete to Wicks.
Wicks.
Tackled by Usher.
There. Gonna bring up 2nd down and a long 4 for the Wildcats down to the 36-yard line of
And that'll bring up 2nd and 4.
the Colts. What call it again? A rag?
I'm going to call it a herd just because there's some big kids out there. I don't want to make them mad. The coaches are even bigger.
This is true. This is true. There's the handoff to Bates. Left side, he bounces it out. He's got a little bit of daylight in front of him. Running around the left side, and he's fighting as hard as he can. Makes it down into the
Tank the ball carrier.
5 there.
Tackled by number 6, Righty.
Love to see his effort.
Maybe we can get on the board here. You know, the thing about Tank is those legs just keep churning.
And that 25 yards is good.
I talked to him
for
earlier this
another
week.
Henry
and,
County.
and, you know, he fully believed we were
Touchdown.
going to win this game. You just got to love the kid's tenacity.
Absolutely. Love to see him playing football again.
Absolutely.
So here we go. 1st and 5 for the Wildcats. Goal to go. There's the fake. Sam takes it on up, and he is dragging a few Colts with him. It's down to
Royalty on the keeper.
the 2-yard line.
Tackled by
Sam was moving some
54.
earth there. They stood him up and just kept pushing forward.
He's definitely a big kid. I know you got to be excited about the basketball season.
We are excited. We are excited. We're glad that this is going well, and the outlook for us to have a season is optimistic.
Absolutely. So 2nd and goal from the 2. Tank takes the handoff.
Easy, yeah.
Touchdown.
Touchdown. Wildcats. Tank Bates.
Wildcat.
Little perseverance.
Absolutely. There's a young man who had 4 touchdowns last week. He finds pay dirt this week. Great job. We got the officials with us here.
Yeah, we got official timeout.
So we have a Colt
We got a
down.
Colt down, and hope that young man is okay. Not sure exactly what happened, but always hope for the best for everyone. Of course.
And, you know, in situations like this where the game is a little out of hand, that's where, as a coach, it's such a tough decision because your guys need reps, but you don't want to get somebody hurt. And so it's just a hard decision on how long you leave a guy. But I'm going to give another shout out here. You know, we have one of the best trainers around in Tyler Craigmile. This kid works tirelessly. He's always here, always. You know, a lot of people just show up and wrap ankles, but he's here doing treatment with players. He's out there right now checking on the Desales player, and these guys are in good hands with Tyler.
I'll tell you what, I'm in good hands with Tyler. He's helped me through some injury times. So
He's a
you know,
great kid.
not really afraid to ask. I mean, what's special is
He's a Henry County
he's a
kid.
Henry County grad, and his wife,
He's a Henry
cheer
County-
coach, Henry County grad. They're really close to having a little bundle of joy joining them soon. Really
Who
excited.
will one day be a Henry County grad, right?
Definitely so. So, you know, it's just it's an awesome thing to see. You know, for us as educators to be able to see someone be successful, but be successful with us continuing, which brings a lot of excitement. So I'm not sure about this young man. Hopefully he'll be okay.
definite show of class here by both teams taking a knee. You know, they're being extremely cautious out there, so definitely some concern for the Desales player, who initially was lying face down on the field, and I don't think that they've rolled him over yet.
You know, Coach Wright's out there with their coach. It's always good to see. As you said, you know, we're I'm throwing up air quotes here, you know, enemies, you know, at the moment, but we're a team right now for this year.
Absolutely. You know, we're opponents, but everybody out here is doing this for kids, and nobody wants to see someone get hurt. So, you know, we hope only the best, and our prayers are definitely with Desales and their player.
Looks like they did get this young man rolled over. Hopefully it was just maybe a stinger here. Looks like number 47, sophomore Caleb Atkins. Maybe the young man that is still down, but good sign getting him rolled over, and you know that hopefully is not a neck injury, because I don't think
Right.
we roll him over. You know.
Well, and I can tell you from being KHSA coach, we are very cautious about how soon we sit a guy up. You know, we're not in a hurry. You know, we want to make sure that everybody's okay. He's on his feet now, which is a great
Yes,
sign.
yes. Give that young man a nice round of
You
applause.
just want to make sure that you do everything you can to take care of an athlete. And you know, this young man's back on his feet there, so that's a really good sign.
47 once again. Caleb Atkins, sophomore for the Desales Colts. Looks like he may be getting ready to walk off on his own power, which is always a good sign. Just looks maybe a little bit wobbly, but definitely standing straight up and making his way off. Great to see. Definitely great to see. So we've, as we kind of get ready to get settled back here in the game, we just had Tank Bates run it in for a touchdown Wildcats.
Got the Cats on the board.
43 seconds to go in the third quarter. I'm sure we're going to see Michael Soto run out there and see if he can get us a
Extra point.
extra point. Things settled. No, actually, we're going to go for two.
Here we go.
So here we go with rotating the shotgun. He's looking right, throws it over Blake's head, wide open, but just a little bit.
Conversion attempt to Cole.
So with 43 seconds to go in the third quarter, Wildcats trail 36 to 6. Colts. Wildcats Entertainment Network. Once again, able to join you on a beautiful Saturday night. What else will we be doing?
Nothing this quality. That's for sure.
You got a beautiful place over there in Ball Knob.
I do, and you have one as well in Scott County. But I'll tell you, there's no place I'd rather be than right out here tonight at Henry High School, watching our athletes compete. And once again, you know, I'm just almost in tears that we actually have a season, and I am no longer stuck at the house.
Are you saying quarantined or?
I've been in the quarantine world. I don't like that at all. But I'm just glad to actually get out of the house a little bit. And you know, I love high school sports, and these guys have worked so hard. So I'm just thrilled to see it. You know, we talked earlier about the referee shortage and having to play on Saturdays, and we're also seeing a lot of teams, for instance, the Frankfurt teams are all benched this week because of COVID, and they're seeing them pick up different opponents and play on 1 to 2 days' notice, which is, you know, really cuts into your preparation time for your opponent. But schools are just rolling with it, and just really showing that the nature of this is about getting the opportunity to play the game.
Yeah, it just means so much. You know, there's so many things we do at school, and one of the, you know, besides academics, you know, just having athletics, and you know, it does so much good for kids. I mean, we could go on and on about self-esteem and just really teaches our students some really great things other than just ball.
went bouncer there. We bounced the kick there, and it went right to Derek Hollenkamp, who's a really good player. And we're fortunate that we brought him down. He's already ran one back tonight, so we have to, Desales, they just have athletes all over the field.
Absolutely. So they've already made it over to Wildcat territory. I believe the clock's going to run down. We're about to see the end of the third quarter, and we do. And the Cats trail the Colts 36-6. And we're just going to continue to plug away here. We appreciate you being with us tonight once again. It's really exciting to have a coach in the press box.
Well, I'm excited to be here. When we're talking about Henry County and our successes, we talked before the game about establishing that run game, and I really feel like late here we have. We've really established Bates running, and we've established Sam running on the quarterback counter, and been able to feed off that. But, the second quarter, we really started to put the ball in the air, and we haven't stopped. I mean, there's a lot of positives to be taken out of this. So, I'm excited about what we're doing here. And then defensively, I think we're going to see, some looks from Desales that we haven't seen yet. It looks like they're already in the shotgun here where they weren't before, so they're 4 wide.
Looks like we have a new quarterback. I'll get a name in just a minute, and he's going to hand off. And that is number 15 there for
Good luck with that name.
David Griffith. Fadat.
15 Griffith.
It is Pfaadt, so I'm going to go Fat, but I'm not sure.
Fat? Luke Fat. Call him Luke.
I'll bring up second and 1.
Luke's a good one.
Luke, sophomore for the Colts. His parents are listening. We're sorry.
My first name is Enoch, and I've dealt with it my whole life, so, it's okay. I think I'm allowed to mispronounce occasionally.
There we go. So Luke's in the shotgun for the Colts, and he's going to take the handoff. And
Adrian Lamones.
Adrian Lamones.
That is Sebastian Lamones.
Oh, you call his brother's name.
His brother, Adrian, was my teacher's aide last year, and it's going to be a hard one here, but hopefully we'll get back in school soon, and Sebastian will bring up third
There we go, Sebastian. Very nice tackle there to bring Luke down for the Colts for a loss. Luke's going to be in the shotgun again with Griffith to his right, and he takes the snap, and he's going to run it around the right side, and he's going to be tackled and thrown backwards by Tank Bates.
Tank Bates was having none of that. This nonsense. It's not happening from Tank Bates. He kind of just slung it backwards and said, no, not tonight.
Yeah, and that'll bring up fourth down. The Tumbo finger wave there. That's going to bring up fourth down for the Colts. Looks like they're definitely going to go for it. A 4th and 4 from the Wildcat 42-yard line. Takes the information back into the huddle from the sideline. Break huddle. The Wildcats are waiting on 10 minutes to go in the ball game. He's in the shotgun with Griffith to his right. Receivers to the left, to the right.
Don't look for Tank to blitz here.
There's a pass out to the flat, and almost getting dragged down. That's number 14 for them, Josh Brown, the junior.
Pass is complete to Brown.
So you had Kevin Wicks, Tank Bates, and Nolan Mays all in on that tackle.
There we go. So that's going to turn it over on downs. So we're going to go the other way with 9.5 minutes to go in the ball game. The Wildcats get the ball back, and we'll see if Sam and Crew can march it down the field for another score. Once again, just a beautiful night. Once again, love to see the rock band out here. They've done a good job keeping the fans entertained. And Sam takes the snap. He's looking to pass his back, and he's going to be run down for a sack. That looks to be number 18. Yes, sir. Number 18 there. Zane Wilkerson. We talked about him. He's a senior in our players to look for, so that doesn't surprise me.
Absolutely. Just padding those stats. He came in here with 15 tackles, but he didn't have any tackles for loss. Well, he does not.
So So that brings up 2nd and 16 for the Wildcats. 36. Royalty is in the shotgun. He waits the snap and he hands it off to Tank up the middle. Bounces it outside. He's got a little bit of daylight. He's going down to the 40. And he's going to be drugged down at about the 36-yard line of the Colts.
Tackle by number 6, Matthew Righty.
Tank was not to be denied on that one. He was running hard. I'll tell you, we had a great job of a pull there by number 56, which would be
and that 40 yards is good.
Alex Pruitt.
For another
just a
Henry
great job
County
pulling out there.
touchdown.
Got on his block and stayed with it.
Don't really know Alex yet. Looking forward to getting to know him.
Yeah, he's a freshman, yeah.
Haven't had the pleasure of seeing him in person yet. Hopefully we'll in a couple of weeks.
Well, he's a product of Mark Johnson and our middle school team. They do an excellent job with these young men. They're always ready when they get here.
That play would have worked, but that's another that slips through the hands of Blake Cole. That's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Yeah, we have a really good middle school program. Speaking of Mark Johnson, I don't believe the field has ever looked better in my few years here at the high school.
Does an excellent job, you know, and then all those guys down at the middle school really just teaching the fundamentals, but then Mark taking the time to better mow the field and things that he does in his retirement as an educator that he didn't have to, but he enjoys it.
So Sam's in the shotgun. He's going to hand it off, and we got a new back running. I couldn't see who had the ball there. That looks to be
21 Blake Nation.
21. Is that correct? Blake Nation. There we go, Blake.
Blake is a freshman and a basketball player as well, an outstanding athlete, and a brother to a former Henry County athlete, Ethan Tuggle.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Ethan's. Let's talk about a good athlete. That young man's a good athlete.
Phenomenal. 3-sport athlete. Blake is too. Just great athletes.
So here we go. We're going to give you a little quarterback keeper that faked me out. Sam's still running. Sam's pushing his way through. Nice gainer down to about the 22-yard line. And the chain gang is moving for another 1st down Wildcats. Ticking down about 6 minutes to go in the ball game.
Let the big man eat. Just running the ball there.
Is good for another Henry County touchdown.
Yeah, it's great to see some young guys. I mean, they've had some what would typically be backups play tonight. It's good for us to be able to have some backups into the game. So, Hardy's going to take the handoff and he's going to be drugged down for a short.
Hardy the ball carrier.
Trenton gets some carries there. You know, we mentioned Blake Nation earlier. Actually scored a touchdown against Owen County, so he's going to be a phenomenal athlete for years to come.
They'll bring up 2nd and 9.
You know, and we mentioned Ethan Tuggle, and we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Aaliyah Tuggle, also a phenomenal athlete and one of Jim Book and Coach Gilly's players.
Yeah.
So
awesome kids. Hope they're doing well. It's young adults. How's that?
absolutely. You know, Zach Forey and Aaliyah Tuggle actually coached my son in Little League basketball last year, so they did a great job. Anyone can put my son does a great job. Shout out to Gary Welch.
And here's the pass. We're looking towards the end zone, and that's a touchdown! Wildcats!
Hot sauce, Kevin Wicks.
Wicks.
Goes up and gets it.
That was fun. Phenomenal throw, phenomenal catch. Wicks goes up over the defender and brings it home for the Wildcats.
He timed it, tracked the ball with his eyes, timed the ball, caught it at the peak. Everything about that was impressive.
So with 4:26 to go in the ball game, Michael Soto is in for PAT. There's the snap, and there's the kick, and it's a low one. And that was over.
They don't know if it went through.
Yeah.
Oh, they gave it to me.
There we go. We'll take it. So 4 minutes to go in the ball game. Wildcats on the end. 36. 13 for the Wildcats.
Let me tell you, if that kick had been an inch lower, it may have knocked the goalpost down. That was a screamer.
You know, it's kind of one of those deals that's called. You know, for me, if you see my golf game, there's the ability to get the ball in the hole, which is the goal. So I'm just going to be honest, it doesn't matter what it looks like. You got to
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm going to give a shout out to Coach Dill for painting the goalpost, because if there had been a paint flake there, it might have turned out differently. So, you know, we give a little credit there to Coach Dill. But that was, and, you know, Soto is a really good kicker. You know, he's done well for us this season, and, you know, proud of him there, you know. Even when you misstrike the ball, you know, it goes in. So that's when you know you got a good kicker. When you know, he hits it and it's a liner and he still goes through.
very true. Proud of Michael. Michael has some big aspirations for his future, and I hope his dreams come true.
Absolutely.
On the kick for the Wildcats.
He intends
Number
to
9, Michael
attend one of the
Soto.
military academies, so couldn't be prouder of that young man.
Absolutely. Good young man, good parents. Just says a lot for our Wildcats. Just be representing Michael, so he's going to
And number
look
8,
the kick, and got a couple of Colts back. One of those is number 14, Josh Brown.
We got a 36-13 score, so our Cats worked hard, keep this respectable. That ball's under.
That is a fumble, but recovered there by number 3. Clinton, he's a senior for the Colts.
Clinton with the return, brought down by Mason.
And the clock is still running. Go back to the action here, starting at the 32-yard line. The Colts will take over just under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
I'd look for the Colts to keep everything between the tackles probably, and just everybody try to get out of here without any injuries. But we'll see. You know, you never can tell. You may be trying to rep some of your
So the
stuff.
coach
and
will
get it ready
start
for
first and 10 from
Because
their
in
own
the COVID
32.
era, you don't get as many JV games, so you got to get your young guys some reps.
Yeah, we're not seeing everything that we would like to see. I'm sure for the coaches as far as actual practice and JV games, but Luke is looking to throw. They are not. We got 2 receivers.
That's an interception right there. Kevin Wicks.
Kevin Wicks is like, nope,
And the pass is
not happening.
Once again, I call him hot sauce for a reason. You know, he just brings a little life to everything right there. Nice job by Kevin going up. He's catching on offense and catching on defense.
There we go. So the Wildcats take over on that interception by Wicks. And we're clicking down to a minute to go in the football game where the Wildcats, once again, they trail 36-13. You know, tonight's game, we just saw a really powerhouse team.
First and 10 Wildcats from our own
Crowd has
38.
come back. A little bit of points on the board and some momentum going in hopefully the next week. So Royalty once again shotgun. He's looking to pass. And he airs it out, and it is complete.
Royalty's pass complete
Looks,
to number 12,
Colin
Fennell.
Fennell.
yeah, Colin Fennell there on the reception.
His first catch of the night, I believe.
I believe it is. I know we called his name on the other side, but 18 seconds to go, and Royalty is in shotgun. And looking to pass, and Hardy catches it at the 50-yard line where he's going to be drugged in. And I do believe that's it for, oh no, we're going to call a timeout. Henry County.
We will not.
Not sure what's happening. Got a couple seconds to go on the clock. I'd say Matt's just looking to maybe run one more play. And just, at this point in the game, just kind of building skill.
Right. You know, these teams didn't get to have scrimmages, and you know, every chance you get to work on something, you can. So if you need to put a little time back on the clock and get another play, you know, you got to run them at some point, because you know, we have some big games coming up, district game after district game. You know, next we've got at Cal, and then at the end of fall break we've got Western Hills coming over here, and then you know we finished off with Mercer County. So you know, we're in the blender here. We need to get all the reps we can get.
So we're showing no time on the clock.
And before the
I think
timeout,
Coach
that
Wright's
pass
checking
was
with
good.
Desales
For
and making sure
another
they're good
Henry
if he
County
runs another play. He's
touchdown.
being a good sport. And Desales said absolutely. So I believe we're going to get another play from scrimmage.
I believe we are. I think we might have a new running back going into game one, McKinley Painter.
It's going to be an untimed down with McKinley Painter.
So, looks like Royalty's in the shotgun again. And Painter is to his right. Royalty takes the snap and hands it off.
Hand off to McKinley
There's
Painter.
a big hole for the Wildcats. and he breaks a couple tackles of Colts, and he is going to
Oh, he put on the
down,
jet.
and he is moving, folks, inside the 5. Touchdown, Wildcats. McKinley Painter.
You know,
Doesn't get any better than
he
that.
does it again every time this kid touches the ball. You know, phenomenal job there by McKinley Painter, son of assistant coach Skip Painter. Just a great job and warms your heart.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Well, folks, that's the end of the ball game, and we'll wrap it up here in the booth, and we're inside. We're back. Ball game over. Final score 36-13. Wildcats on the fortunate side of the scoreboard tonight. But what can you say about the Desales Colts?
Well, you know, the Desales is really classy. You know, they had 36 points in the first half, and they didn't score anything. You know, they really didn't try to run it up. I know we're not in an era where you can do a lot of handshaking, but these two teams have a lot of respect for each other, and I know these coaching staffs have a long-standing friendship. And you know, both teams, good luck going forward. I know Desales has got their hands full with Cal and Mercer coming up, and so do we.
Yeah, I tell you what, special team there in the Desales Colts, and just want to send a personal kudos out to their coach, Coach Davis. You know, classy tonight in Jackson County,
And as well as Coach Foster and Coach Scroggins, longtime friends with Coach Wright. You know, like I said, all these guys are going to see Mercer County, going to see Cal, going to see Western Hills coming up. District game after district game, so I like the fact that injury-free, everybody maybe get our big man back next week in Jackson Scriber and see what we can do with Cal. So we'll have to fight another day.
Absolutely. Well, you know, we're happy to be here tonight. We appreciate everybody tuning in, and once again, didn't come out on the right side of the scoreboard, but definitely come out number one in our hearts as always, as we love the Indiana Wildcats. So thanks again for joining us. Next week we'll be on the road. I'm not sure that we'll be able to bring the broadcast, but we do plan to bring the broadcast to you on all of our home games. So for Monica Saxer, Cam the intern, JTB out there somewhere, Edie Welch, I'm Shannon Saxer. Thanks again, everyone. Everyone have a blessed night.
Thanks, guys.